forget is that average interest rates on credit cards are 25 to 29%. Yet we don't want to lock in on a mortgage at 6.5% or 7% that could solve all of our problems.
Which it can, but yeah, they won't. They just can't. They can't get that out of their head that they're 3.125 or 6.65, whatever it is.
So share the story, right? Share the story. That's what we've been talking about with our team. Is share the story about how you took somebody out of that debt and saved them $800, $1,000, $2,000 a month, and now all of a sudden people start to actually listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, tell the story, baby.
And another thing was that Devlin that was speaking?
Yeah.
I feel like he talked about savings.
Okay.
Like 401ks and investments. I don't know if anybody else was there because everybody says, well, they don't, people don't have any money to buy houses. So I've been to so many conferences this year. I don't know if it was Logan that said it or if it was somebody else, but they said people have money.
People have money.
There's a lot of money in these accounts. I don't know if you heard that, Devin.
I wasn't at the conference. I do research from time to time so that I can provide appropriate education for our team. So that's where I get my data. But I love the facts, right? The facts set us free, and that's why mortgage makes so bad, because numbers don't lie. When we present the facts, right, there's some truth in that.
Well, they're thinking about their current rate. They're not seeing the end zone. Like, okay, like, they're just, I'll just put on a credit card or even a home equity line of credit at 10%, 9%, whatever those are, So it's just, like you say, Devin, show them the numbers. So Dionne, what you got for us? How to turn an LO into a productivity machine?
Yes. Okay. So I just want to go on record saying I only have 20 something minutes. Okay.
All right.
I'm not going to be able to work magic right now. Don't put your LOAs on here for me to train them right now. That's not what this is about. This is just about me giving you guys an overview of what you could do with someone that is assisting you. I'm talking to you guys while I am
multitasking.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're underwriting the file. You're underwriting the file, and you're talking to us. You're impressive. Ask the underwriter.
If you had seen what I was doing before I got on this call, man, it is.
That was you.
Yes.
Oops, you just stopped sharing.
All right, I gotta move stuff around. Did I stop sharing?
Yeah, you did. We're looking at your picture, so you hit the stop button, or you probably didn't continue with. Yep, you stopped sharing.
I lost Zoom. That's what it was.
All right, there we go. It's coming.
Okay, so
there we go. Okay, got it.
Look, so this is my vision of someone that's being productive. Did I hit it?
Yep.
I don't really know.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I think I just broke my smart camera. I don't know what I did, but it won't come back on. So just listen to my voice and watch my image.
Okay.
So I want to say this because I wanted to ask this question yesterday, but I did not want to open up a can of worms. So just that top paragraph, please, guys, this is my disclaimer to you. This is not legal or compliance advice. I am not a compliance person. I am an underwriter turned trainer, mentor, coach, developer. And I'm just giving you advice on how you can turn someone into a person that can assist you with the task that you have. I cannot give you any type of compliance advice. Do you guys understand what I mean when I say that? Like, I don't know what the NMLS or what anybody else says about these people. I'm not claiming that I do. I'm just giving you guys advice. Okay. So please don't quote me or report me or cancel me.
Love it.
So I love this quote. This is like my favorite quote. I overuse it and I overuse it on purpose. This is just 5 minutes, but you guys know, and I know, I really wish my camera would come back to working. I don't know what I did to it. You guys know, and I know that having someone assist you is going to, it's gonna cost you a lot of money if they make a mistake, if they mess up your reputation. So please know that I'm aware of that. I know you guys understand what I mean when I say that. And so that's why the tips that I am giving you are based on you actually working with this person, working with an experienced person, but just making it easier for you. Okay. So yes, if they make a mistake, it could cause you your reputation. I'm admitting that at the very beginning of this so that you don't come back to me at the end and say, what if they make a mistake? What if you make a mistake? You made mistakes before, you know what I mean? So I want you to kind of like change your mindset into, what if they don't make a mistake? What if they do give me back more time?
That's good.
What if they do help me start to create, you know what I'm saying, to create more business? Now, the first and the most important thing that you have to do is to identify the bottlenecks. What do I mean by the bottlenecks?
All those.
Okay. This is the very beginning. This is the very, very beginning of the process. Now, I don't know what your process looks like personally. I am just giving you a very basic process. You take the application. Do you pull the credit? Do you pull the credit first? I have no idea. I am just giving you a very basic process. You pull the credit. You do the application. You pull the credit. You request the documents. You look at the documents. You calculate the income. You run the AUS findings. You pass the file off. This is all about the pass off, okay? Whether you're passing it to a processor, whether you're passing it straight to the lender, this is all about the pass off. This is in preparation of the pass off. So where is your bottleneck coming from? Is your bottleneck coming because by the time your file gets to the processor, your processor is coming back to you and saying, what the frickety frack? Do they work or don't they work? Do they have debt? Do they have student loans? Like, is your processor constantly coming back to you and asking you questions about your borrower? Is your bottleneck with the document request or the credit report? Are you missing stuff on the credit report because you're busy? We're all busy. Listen, the credit report is a beast, but I say this all the time. You guys have a tool that we did not have a long time ago, and that is the search and find. Oh my goodness. If I had been able to search and find years ago, I would have been a freaking beast. So, utilize that search and find tool. Teach your partner how to use that search and find tool. When those documents come in, I'm at number 3. When those documents come in, I cannot exaggerate. I am telling you the absolute truth. I know that I am supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but I have literally received pay stubs dated May. We're in September.
What?
First of all, borrower, where did you get those pay stubs from? Like, I don't even understand. Do you know how much you're getting paid?
That's funny.
So, it's someone looking at those documents for you, because I can name to you about 2 or 3 lenders right now that do not want to see that pay stub if it's not dated within the last 30 days. That's a pipeline stopper. That's a slowdown. Your income calculation. Are you losing time calculating income? You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about underwriting the income. This is a conversation I have with people all the time. I am not trying to make people underwriters. I just want you to look at stuff that could possibly slow your loan down and request additional documentation. Okay? Then, of course, the pass off. What about the AUS findings before I say pass off? Are you reading those findings? Cannot begin to tell you how many times I've tried to help someone and the findings said ineligible. And the findings said ineligible because they didn't have enough assets, or the DTI was this. You know what I mean? Are you reading those findings? Listen, there is no judgment, because when you identify where your bottlenecks are, when you identify where you're kind of getting these stops at, now you can create your list. So really quick, if you guys don't mind, I don't know how big of a group we have. Please do me a favor. Please, just at least 5 people. Tell me where you think your bottlenecks are. Is it the income calculation? Is it the credit report review? Someone give me some feedback, then let me just keep talking. Scott, see this coffee. You see that miracle that's coffee?
Dude, is it coming? It's coming alive. Coffee. Coming alive, yeah.
Woo!
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
I was slow. All right.
So let's see. Where is it at? Income. Okay. Looks like
self-employed income. AUS getting the app. Yes, absolutely. See, I love this. So you already know where your slowdowns are. And so the person who is going to assist you is going to be addressing those things for you. Okay. All right. Here's the most important part to me. Define what you need help with. There is nothing worse than I'm about to start some trouble. So my husband will give my kids directions and I'll give my kids directions.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I am long-winded. I'm like, go down the stairs. When you get down the stairs, turn to the right. When you turn to the right, you're going to see two doors. You're going to see the front door. You're going to see the kitchen door. I want you to go through the kitchen door. When you get into the kitchen, I want you to go to the cat. I'm precise. My husband's like, go get this. The boy's got to go find out where the heck it's at. Do you see what I just did? Like, I went completely extra with it so that there's absolutely no mistake on what's going to happen. How does that look when we talk about the originator and the loan partner? So we're trying to move the needle. Did I use that term right, Scott?
Move the needle, baby. Move the needle. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We're moving needles. The originator wants to do a few things. This is what I always hear when I talk to people. They want to build relationships. They want to maybe they want to take that application, but really they want to do the discovery call and then the application is taken later. They want to negotiate the terms. And sometimes they want to structure the deal. I say sometimes. Now, the loan partner is the person who's going to set that file up, collect those documents, review everything to see if it's complete, manage that pipeline. Listen, hey, Coach Rick, you're the first name I see. I didn't expect the word coach to be in front of the person's name that I just said. Hey, Coach Rick, we've got 10 applications. 3 of them are not moving. What's going on? I've asked the bar for this documentation. They're ignoring me. Can you give them a quick call? Can you give them a quick? They're keeping your pipeline going. They're giving you status so that you're not the one running for it. They're entering information inside of the LOS. I put CRM. I don't know, Scott, do loan partners assistants help with CRM information?
No, I would say no on that. They have their own, CRM as far as in processing and stuff like that, mainly inside of the LOS. But I would say the LOs, and we talked a lot about this yesterday on a lot of our calls. I'm going to talk about it today on the coaching call. That's the biggest piece, is keeping track of this stuff. And I think, before the loan even gets to what you're talking about, you didn't even cover the part of like approved and looking. What do I do now to not lose them to the competition? You know what I mean? So this is huge. But no, I think that LOA, they could help with the CRM, but 9 times out of 10, I don't know if I think the lack of the CRM and a correct way to use the CRM is the number one thing that's keeping people from having more opportunities and closing more loans.
See, I love what you just said, because I believe, this is just my personal opinion. I know nothing. Okay. But Scott, I believe that you can talk to them about what might come next or the competitor if you're not lost in
income,
paperwork,
credit, DU approval, all that. You can't even think about it. Like, think about if you didn't have to think about credit report, DU approvals, like all that stuff, and you were literally in the zone, in the game when you're selling. Think about that. How powerful that would be.
And why? Because you've got someone. I'm sorry, my slide moved by itself. I was trying to figure out why. Why? Because you've delegated all this paperwork to somebody else.
Yeah.
And they've taken great notes. They've done all this really great stuff. So you can build that relationship so that you don't have to worry about the competitor, because you've got that relationship with them.
Yeah. And Kim said that her LOA does keep track of the CRM, by the way. So, but she's a unicorn.
See, I had that in there because a couple of my people that I've trained, they do a lot of data entry. They do a lot of data entry. So thanks, Kim. So what does this mean? Delegate the application, the credit report, the income calculation, the AUS findings. If you delegate all of that paperwork, then boom, bam, bip. Now, all you have to do is make a decision. And check this out. As time goes on, they're going to be the ones to tell you, listen, I know you said that you wanted this to go Fannie Mae or Freddie, but this is looking more like FHA. I ran it FHA. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And then you make the decision. But if all that's done for you, that just gives you more time. Now, how do you do that? How do you prepare a person to be able to do that? You build a clear standard operating procedure. I am super, super serious about this, because I'm one of those people that believe if you do the same thing over and over again, when you look back, you can see where the problem lies. Let me tell you what else I cannot stand. And if you're one of these people, like I said, don't cancel me, forgive me, charge it to my heart. Nothing is going to work in 60 days. You have got to give stuff time. You got to give it some time so that you can see where the problem lies or what's not working. And then you got to tweak it. And then you got to see how it works now with the tweak. But when you have that standard operating procedure, when you have that system, you know what to do. How does that look like when you're training an LOA or a partner? You're telling them, listen, when the bar says yes, bam, I need you to take over immediately. I need you to get into that application. I need you to talk to that borrower. And to Scott's point, let them know that if they get any phone calls from anybody besides me, to ignore it. Let them know that this is how we are going to communicate from now on. I think that, I can't remember who it was, but I know that the younger people like to communicate virtually. The older people want to have a conversation. Like, let's get all of that cleared up right now so that when I go into the file, I know it's pinned to the top. He wants a phone call. He wants a text. He wants an email. Go through that credit report with a fine-tooth comb. And listen, we do deep dives. We do deep underwrites at the very initial, because when that file comes back to me, I cannot underwrite it again. I do not have time.
Yeah.
And that's what you're training your loan partner to do. You're training your loan partner to tear this file apart, because the next time that they see that file, they're not going to have time to go back through that file and take all that time. They're going to have to be able to hit whatever points they want. And so their notes are going to have to reflect that. You want them to collect and review that information, but you want this built out. You want this clear, concise, like, this is what you're going to do. This is how it looks. And this is what I want you to do when you see it.
Dionne,
now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper because
do you think that it's
extra.
Do you think that it's if the underwriter keeps getting files that there's just not a clear expectation, clear details, clear vision of the file, and know right where to go to, and so they can fly through it, and they keep getting do they get a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to, oh boy, another file from Dionne, another file from, oh boy, here we go. This is going to take an hour instead of 10 minutes because they didn't read the AUS that's short of funds. Now I got to stop everything, go back and so maybe it's just training on that. I'm slowing down a little bit and actually, like you said, read the findings and see what it says, because sometimes it's an easy fix. If you're $1 short, it's going to give you a denial, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I need 10 grand and you got $99,999 denied.
Now, most lenders train their underwriters to make it work.
Sure.
I don't know if that's still an old school thing. I don't know if the new underwriters are doing that. I get a lot of complaints. But then, here's the other thing. Half of those complaints are actually valid. Like, the underwriter is supposed to ask for that. You messed up. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. But when we give our underwriters grace and when we give ourselves grace, we're able to fix it. And just stop repeating the same thing over and over again. And answer to your question, yes, Scott, we're human. I have a lot of teachers in my family. And one of my aunties told me a long time ago when I was younger, she said, baby, teachers don't have a supernatural power to like our kids. They don't like all their students. So I was traumatized.
Oh, that's traumatizing. That's not good. What? Yeah, that's rough. Right.
Underwriters are people. And I'm going to leave it right there so that I don't get canceled. But they're people.
Yeah.
People, they have opinions. People get tired. People get upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once again, processes. So listen, so you've written your SOP. When it comes to collect and review documents, underneath your SOP, you're going to go deeper. Get the information that you got, check the documentation for consistency, make that calculation, verify and document it. So print out your income calculation sheet, upload it into the system, write your notes. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm making sure that they understand exactly what they're supposed to do. When you go back and you look, if there's an issue or there's a problem, now you know, wait a second, why is the income wrong? You can go right to the income calculation worksheet and go back to the underwriter and say, listen, we did it like this, or your processor can, because remember, this is about the pass off. You are not supposed to be doing a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you are arming your processors with what they need so that they're not coming back to you.
Mm.
All right, next subject. How much time do I have? 4 minutes. All right, leave breadcrumbs. If you want to irritate me, don't leave notes.
Okay, all right.
I cannot read your mind. I do not know what you were thinking. I do not know what you've done to a file. I don't know what happened with this file if there are no notes. Coach Rick, you're the first person I see. That's why I keep saying your name. If Coach Rick goes into Arrive, Lending Pad, Meridian, Blink, whatever the heck LOS he uses, and he's following up on the 10 applications that he's gotten this month, he should be able to look at the notes and see exactly what's going on without having to talk to anybody. That is the important part. That's why AI is taking so many people's jobs.
Correct.
Because they don't have to talk to us. They just do. So he should be able to go into the system, look and see where everything is at, and keep it moving. Well, I cannot talk about LOS systems intelligently because, of course, I don't actually use one. But I would imagine that LOS system is sending your borrower milestone alerts when stuff is happening. Am I right about that? Somebody give me a yes or no.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it should be yes. I just want to back up and address this one thing. So I can't tell you how powerful AI is when you're having a conversation, whether by phone or make it so that AI is recording your conversation when you're talking to a client so that you can pull the bullet points out of the specific situation and your notes are done. You don't have to think, you just copy paste or take the whole transcript, put it into AI and say, give me the bullet points and put a story together for this borrower. And then you put it in the notes and then everybody's always on the same page.
I love that. Absolutely.
Right. I mean, there's ways to record phone calls. There's AI apps that record phone calls. There's Zoom is recorded all the time. It spits out AI stuff all the time. If it's not checked, just check it. But if you do it on Zoom so that AI is keeping track of the notes, take it and spit out the bullet points of pull out the most important parts of this recording so that I can put it inside the file. Right.
Absolutely.
It makes your job so much easier so that you don't miss that there was a gap in employment and this was the reason there was a gap in employment. You just missed it. And there's a very good LOA for that little gap and it would be no issues. But now everybody's got to stop what they're doing and go try to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Which just kills the train.
Now we have a submission notes template, a submission template that has to be filled out from the beginning and it has to stay with the file and it has to go to the underwriter. So it tells the story of the file. And then what you described, Dionne, it tells them, go to this door, turn left, open this cabinet. Here's how I structured the loan so that the underwriter doesn't have to try and figure it out.
Awesome.
Right? We tell them the story of how we did it. And we give a little background on the client too. It makes them a real person.
I love that. I absolutely love that. These notes, don't judge me. They're in Slack. Slack is kooky. So I can't separate my notes like I want to. But if I review income, my notes are going to be separated so that you can visually see them and not look at this big clump right here. Like I said, this is Slack. But I am talking about what was given to me, how I looked at them, what I need, what's going on, this, and that. And I'm really, really super, super huge on notes. Yeah. Please leave each other notes. That's what's going to make your loan partner so powerful. Because if it's 11 o'clock at night, or if it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday, please do not call me. I'm not answering my phone. But you won't have to call me if you're able to go look at my notes. Yeah. My notes will tell you everything that you want to know. Here's the last thing. And I'm right at 9:01, so I apologize because I got coffee. Be patient.
Yeah.
Rome was not built in a day. Listen, let me tell you what you don't want to do. I'll do it myself. No, not like that. I am not going to say done is better than perfect. But what I am going to tell you is the time that you take to turn that person into a mini you is going to save you so much time in the long run. I'm about 75% sure that the people that Kim Mason have working with her loan partners or her loan assistants, I'm sure that they were on the potter's wheel for a little while. I'm sure she was shaping them and she was, okay, well, don't do that, do this, don't do this, do that. Don't be patient. Take some time with them because it's going to save you so much money and so much time in the long run. I hope that I addressed some stuff that would help you